Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you very much for joining me on this live stream today of SimAirport in career mode, following release of the full game on Steam a couple of weeks ago. This is a double feature day today. The first of two streams. Second stream will be about 6:30 this afternoon or this evening. First of all, this is going to look slightly different to those of you who've been following along. I'll load up now. If you've been watching the series either live on Twitch or via video on demand here or on Steam, then you'll maybe notice that time has moved on since our last stream. So we were early hours of the morning, day 17. We're now 6 a.m. on day 18, and our money is quite a bit higher. Now, first of all, reassure you I haven't done anything in game other than progress time. Two reasons for that. First of all, I had been promising for the last 3 episodes that we would get the next 2 gates built. And in order to do that, we were going to need cash, and we just weren't making money quickly enough for me to get on and do that straight away. So I wanted to get us in a place where we could actually crack on and build something. And the second reason was before I started expansion, I wanted to make sure that we were running at a genuine profit. And by that, I mean that our P&L, if I bring that up, I'll show you the full day for yesterday, which was the day effectively we'd skipped that. Basically, on a clean day with no building taking place and no government grants coming in, nothing odd, that we were turning a genuine profit, which we were, 60 grand. And of that 60 grand, some of that money is the bonus that we receive on a daily basis. I also, in this case, 33 grand. I also wanted to make sure that if when the first 2 gates, these next 2 gates are built, we mess up and we lose our daily bonus, we would still be in a place where we'd be making a profit for the day. So basically, if I take that 33,000 off and assume that we have a really terrible day and we lose the bonus and it goes back to 0, we would still be operating at a profit. And we've got a fairly comfortable profit there. So what's £27,000 or thereabouts? Dollars, sorry. Sorry, I keep saying pounds. Obviously, I am British. It's just instinctive. I will try and make sure I say dollars, but we will still be profitable if we mess up. So that was the reason for just passing through that day. I didn't see much point in doing that on the stream. It would have been very boring. So that's why we are forward a day from where we were. Now, as well as building the gates, we also have to address another little issue which I noticed during the course of the day that was being fast forwarded. There are odd points during the day where we have a large number of people waiting in pickup and standing around for quite some time, and periods of time where the last passengers for a plane are arriving a little closer to departure than I'd like. Ideally, you want everyone in and going through security before the plane arrives, as you would do it at a normal airport. Now, there are times where that's not happening. So I had a look at our operations panel, and you can see in transport and delivery here, it shows us our buses, basically, which is our transport facility and light rail. We only have buses at the moment, and we have 1 bus arriving per interval, which I think is per hour, with a capacity of 75 people, which it can drop off or pick up. If we look at transport capacity, we have a bit of a problem here. So the white spikes are the demand for transportation, as in the total amount of incoming and outgoing demand. The yellow line is customers that are departing, as in those that are arriving to take a flight. And again, that's quite spiky. The red lines are the people that have arrived that want to go home. That's less spiky, but it's still a problem. This green line is our transport capacity. This is how many people we can actually throughput, which is showing us 38 people at any one point in time. It looks like 15-minute intervals. So I guess that must mean if we've got a 75 person capacity on the buses, it must be coming every half an hour or maybe 2 an hour or something like that, which gives us then 35 every 15 minutes. So as a result, particularly in the late morning when we have all the larger flights, and then again that one large flight we have in the evening, we have this potential issue. Now it's obviously been working okay, but if we introduce 2 more gates without addressing this, we could have a bit of a problem. And obviously I don't don't really want us to have a bit of a problem. We need to be running smoothly. So what we're going to do is I'll just start the game running at normal time. We need to have a look at our research, and there are two options available to us. We can either research light rail transit at $50,000 a go, and that will allow us to put in a train station, which would immediately fix our demand problem, because we'd be able to introduce a train, and that'll take like 150 passengers an hour, and it would solve the problem. However, a train station is also 200,000, I think it is. So nearly all of us, our 300,000 would be gone by doing that, and that's going to put us back a bit. The alternative is we research, where are we, down here, upgrade buses. That then is 30,000, but then the buses all become double deckers, so we'll double our capacity via doing that. And I think there was another option as well, which is Operations 2 at 30,000. That allows us to manage the buses. So we could then just put another bus in service throughout the day. I think that would then cost us more, though, because we'd probably have to pay for the extra bus. So I think that the best way of fixing it is to do this upgrade buses. It takes 24 hours to do the research, but by the time we've built the gates, it's going to be 24 hours anyway. So I think we're going to go with that for now. And see if that sorts our transit issue. Bear with me 2 seconds. Where are we? So just making sure. I thought I've had a bit of a problem with the stream then, but no, it looks like it's all right. Okay, good stuff. Right. So moving on, we have. I think we're going to put in this gate first. In order to do that, we need to fix the line of the fence so that we don't cause the problem we did the other day, where we ended up with passengers stuck when we built the expansion. So let's go into build, find the fences. I'm going to run it from this corner up to about there, and cut it in there, and we'll let the builders crack on with that. We said we would also sort this area out by making this bigger. So this departures lounge, if you like, or corridor, we'll widen it to around about there. So when we make the expansion, so that we've got more space to play with, we can get a couple of shops in then. We're okay on retail. I mean, obviously the passengers are very happy, the airlines are very happy, but I've got a feeling as we expand that this will become quite pressurised, so we need to have a bit more space to play with, and the toilets will definitely become a problem. So we'll need to fix that. Whilst we're waiting for the fence line to be built, I'll build the gates, or place the gates. There we are, small gates. Rotate that round. We'll pop it down. So it doesn't matter that that's built early. It doesn't cost us anything until we actually start using it. Just adds to the airport value. So it's not really a problem. And we'll go to medium time now. Otherwise, we're not going to get much done in this hour. And I really do want to get these gates up and running in this stream. So then the stream later on today, we can start talking about further airport development. I'd like to get the new baggage claim area down here, and that will then allow us to further expand ticketing and security, and we'll end up with a properly separated drop-off and pick-up zone rather than being kind of close together at the moment. We'll also end up with another set of toilets down here just for arriving passengers. Sorry, just for arriving passengers. Right, fence line's nearly done. And then we can start looking at clearing this fence line out and planning the extension. So I will put it in planning mode actually, so that we can make sure this looks all right once it's done. So if we're saying we're going to come out to about here, yeah, that's good. That gives us plenty of space to play with for putting our ticketing desk or our boarding desk in. No, That's going to come obviously back down and join up. Oh, right, we can go one further. Excellent. We're going to there then. It can be hard to tell sometimes where the edge of the gate is, but obviously we are going right up to the crossing there, so that's fine. Right. I think we're good to go, and we don't have to clear the fencing. Actually, the fencing should be cleared by the builders when they do the construction, and now that we've created this new perimeter, we shouldn't have any issues at all in doing that. So, construction foundation, let's drag that out right up to that wall. Oh, that autosave was badly timed. That's quite a chunk of money there for that expansion, 164,000, well, basically 165,000. So we've taken quite a hit on the cash doing that, but it is for the greater good, shall we say. Right, let's get the doorway in. Sliding door. Rotate that. We'll basically want to get some essentials in. Gate, desk gauge in. Just rotates. We'll put that right in front of the door, and we'll use the area behind for the key. In fact, I can't do that until the foundations are down. Right, we're going to have to wait and just hold off on that until the foundations are sorted. But I want to get those kind of essential bits and pieces in before I start messing around with planning toilets and whatnot, because the sooner we get the essential stuff in and linked up, the sooner the gate can operate, the sooner we start taking more money. I don't want to risk spending a load of money on peripheral stuff and then ending up with a massive extension that we can't use for ages whilst we're sorting ourselves out. Good stuff. Okay. Right. That's obviously the metro rail that we are looking forward to using at some point, I hope. How's our research coming along? See the little green bar there, we're about a quarter of the way along. I imagine we're 6 hours in. Yeah, 6 hours in, 18 hours to go. That is flashing away, obviously, because it needs the desk assigned to it and to be linked up to the terminal, but we'll get there. Not much we can do about that whilst we wait. And if you are joining me in the live stream, joining me in the live stream, then do obviously feel free to say hello, ask any questions you might have, and if you're watching on demand, either via Twitch or via YouTube, please do feel free to comment, make suggestions, let me know what you think of the content. I am very new to this, so I would appreciate any comments or criticisms you have. Obviously, hopefully, that will allow me to make the best possible content I can for you. So these guys they're doing all right, but we are at peak flow in terms of aircraft. In terms of aircraft turnaround. This is a busy time of the day with lots of aircraft, so that's tying up a couple of our builders, because until we get the baggage system sorted, and I'm sure I've covered this before, but until the baggage system is in, they are the guys that deal with the baggage as well. They pick up baggage from ticketing, take it to the gates, empty off the planes, and drop off the baggage. Here we go, you see them dropping off baggage here in the claims area for arriving passengers. So that's tying up 2 to 3 of them. But I don't want to waste money buying more builders. It's not really necessary at this stage. And as I said, once we've got these extensions done, hopefully today, and got those gates up and running in this stream, next stream we can have a proper look at sorting out the baggage system. I would like to get that installed today. I may let the second stream today run a bit longer, if need be, to get that done, so that we have effectively our ground floor as good as it can be before we start then expanding the airport upward. Garbage zone still absolutely fine, and the fact that the 4 garbage men we have are all stood around doing nothing would suggest that we don't have a problem with controlling our trash. So that's good. Everything's flowing very nicely. So we will up it to 3 times speed and get this extension built. and then we can make some progress. Let's have a look at the flight schedule whilst we're waiting. All looking good today. Not the busiest of days, to be fair. Nothing over 100 passengers for some reason. But it's just the way it is sometimes. So it does vary day by day. Not really sure why. It doesn't seem to do with satisfaction. I think it's just a bit around demand. We have upped the prices twice as well over the last few days, so that might be. I did mention in the last stream, when you do up the prices, even if the airline's fine and the passengers seem fine, you do sometimes just get a little dip in demand just because the prices have been increased. But I'm sure it'll recover. We're certainly not overcharging, because if we were, we would definitely be taking a hit on our airline interest, and probably on our passenger numbers as well. Right. Okay, so that's far enough along now that we can start putting in the extra bits and pieces we need. So we wanted to put in a desk, gate agent desk. So we'll take that round. Where are we? Let's put it right in front of the exit there. And as always, I want to sort the floor. Departure lounge is the green carpet. Oh, now why is that? Doesn't want to do that. I think it's because the wall's not finished yet. We can clear the planning zone though, which just makes it a bit easier to see what's going on. There we go, we've just literally got these few bits of wall left to build. Come on, chaps. Can't be that hard, it's only a wall. There we go. Right. Back to floors. Carpet. There we go. It's going to be allowed this time. And we'll get some, we'll get the queue sorted for this gate whilst we're waiting for that. So should we start it there? Yeah, we've got plenty of space to make it nice and big here. So I'll leave a gap behind, I think, so we can put some benches or maybe a toilet or something. Yeah, that'll be fine. In fact, let's do it more like this. Yeah, we'll do it so that it starts like that, I think, and then goes. There we go. That'll work quite nicely. And then we want definitely want a garbage bin down here, and I want a, yes, you guessed it, a decorative tree, because this is not going to be very pretty otherwise. I think I'll wait to put in the next ones until we've sort of finished the configuration. I do want a nice long window here. They are expensive, but they do seem to keep the passengers happy. So we'll sort of, yeah, let's do that. Nice big window. I like that at an airport as well. Being able to look out over the airport as you're waiting. It's not an unpleasant thing to be able to do. Right, information will obviously be a challenge here as well. So let's have a look at what we can do. I do like these big flight info displays, and I reckon one there and then one backed onto it, and we'll have this covered quite easily. Yeah, let's do that. Let's put it there, I think, actually. Then rotate. Not perfect, but to be fair, if you're in the queue, you're in the queue already. You don't really need to know, do you? Let's do that. And we'll put a smaller flight info display up here as well, just to make sure we do have it covered off. Yeah, that'll do. Right, never hurts. Now, we had some add things I haven't put in actually yet. Well, they add displays or something, weren't they? It says they annoy passengers, but they make money. So, digital ad displays might be annoying, bring in some extra revenue. Let's have a look how annoying they are. Not enough to put them off. Let's they can't be rotated. I guess they're like a four-way thing. Let's put one at the entrance here. Put one outside the arcade. And we'll stick one in here as well. Because we will be sorting this environment, it will look a lot nicer when we're done with it anyway, so might as well try and get some extra revenue. Right, that's it for the bits and pieces now until this is finished, and then oh no, we can put benches in, can't we? I know where the benches are going to go. So that was a bin there, wasn't it? Let's go there. We put a whole load along that window side actually, and then we go. Oh, that's annoying. I have to cancel that one now. Oh, did I just cancel the floor? I just cancelled the floor. God damn it. Right. Construction floors. Oh dear. Highly professional stream here. There we go. Didn't cost us anything because we already had the carpet. So, just me being an idiot. Benches. Again, let's make sure we've got that rotated the right way. And I think the toilet's going to go up the top there, so we can probably get another bench here, to be fair. Yeah, I reckon that'll be right. Might put another one backing onto it. There. No, we won't. That'll do. That'll do for now. Right, then we need to get our decorative trees in. One there, one there, and one there. I think that should resolve the negative ad display impact. Right, that's now built, so we can assign that to there, and we can assign that to queue. Close that down, and we are not far away from being able to schedule some passengers here. And we'll build the toilets. So we've got them sort of 3 wide, haven't we? This is the format we've used before. 1, 2, 3, 4. Can actually go wider here and do a proper job. And I'm inclined to say we'll build the toilet block. Yeah, I think we should do a proper job of the toilets on this one. Let's build them. Let's take up all of that space, I think, with a decent sized toilet block. Or do we need that? Am I just going to be wasting money? No, let's leave it so the entrances can go here and we'll come down to about there or something. That still leaves us plenty of room for shops. So, get the planning tool up. Get rid of that beautification. Is information alright? Yeah, information's alright. I'm not worried about this corner because it's going to be the toilet anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Planning, plan the wall. Oh, and our research is done as well. That's let's plan the toilet and then we'll have a look at that. So the wall's going to come down here. Only makes them 3 wide again, but we can go further along. I think with each one. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, there'll still be 4 by 4. They'll do the job. It'll be okay. I think that'll be fine. We're basically just duplicating. 2. Actually, no, are they 5 by 5? 5 by 3. Yeah, they're 2 wide, aren't they? 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's do that. Let's make them that big. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Because then we can literally just clone them. Clone the male one. Oh, they were 4, but oh, for goodness sake. Oh, that is 5 by. Okay. Right, let's dump that there. And then we've got to leave a gap before we have the female one. So clone the female one. Gap of 1. Drop that there. Let's put the actual walls in. Okay. And the doors. The doors are, yeah, by the bins. Okay. Let the builders crack on with that. I did build the actual walls then, didn't I? I'm not being daft. Yeah, no, I did. It's all coming in now. Good. Okay. Staffing issue. Yes, we do need another member of staff for the new gate. And we need to make sure in staff scheduling overlays for staff that during the daytime she's there and at night time she's off. Done. Quite like that, to be fair. Now, shops. We're going to put a bit of retail space in here. So, are they down as shops? Stores. There we go. So stores have to be 5 by 5. That is going to mean we need to get rid of that bench. I think. Yeah. That's okay. Can we fit 2 stores in there then? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We can. We just have to move that bench. So let's dismantle that. And let's put in. I wonder. See, now what I'm thinking there though is because I've only got 10 spaces, I can't put 2 different stores next to each other because the zone will link up and pretend like it's one, won't it? Okay, not to worry. We'll get 1 in for now. Like that. And then once we've sorted this area out in the future, we'll have space for at least 1 more. I suppose I could do 2, 3, 4, 5. Could do 1 there and 1 there. That would work. Might look a bit odd, but and the benches can just be reconfigured. No, I think one's fine for now. 1 will be alright. Right, the store has to have product to sell on the cash register. Makes sense. Cash register. Just the 1 should be fine. Right on the corner there. Or just insert. Yeah, that'll be fine. And then let's look at retail. Objects. Retail. What do we want? We'll have a little bit of everything if we can in this store. So we'll have an apparel stand, whatever the hell that is. Book display. Candy display. Clothes. Gotta flog some clothes. Vending house jewellery. Wow. Posh shop for an airport. Makeup. Pharmacy. Oh god, we're not going to fill this in. Makeup. I'm going to have to expand my shop. Zone. Still, might as well use the space, I suppose. What should I put in there? That was makeup, wasn't it? Yeah. Retail. Pharmacy. Pharmacy, that's good. Oh no, I'm not going to fit it there because I want to keep that plant there. Pharmacy. What else? Ooh. Shoe display. And souvenirs. And I will put in a phone charging thing. Just for the hell of it. Okay, and then we need to get these guys cracking on here. Come on, builders. I want to open this area up and start scheduling some flights. If we get these little bits built in the next couple of hours, then we've got plenty of time to get flights scheduled so that day 20, gate S1, let's change that, we'll be ready to go. Just a reminder, these are small gates, so the way I like to number my gates is the letter dictates whether it's small, medium, large, extra large, and then the number after that is the order of the gates in some sort of logical pattern relative to my terminal that I can understand. So we have gate small 1, small 2, small 3, small 4, and this will be small 5. And I think it also means in your flight management there, so they run in alphabetical order, so it kind of makes sense in here as well. They're going top to bottom and top to bottom in my airport, so it helps me not to get too confused. I'm going to hire the retail worker now so that I don't forget. That means he or she will be here when we need him to be. We are taking our time with sorting this this wall out and its toilets. I must zone them as male and female restroom as well. Let's do that now. So I don't think it's going to let me into the finished, are they? Is it? I'm trying to do too much at once, I think. There we go. Making a bit of progress now. See, this is an interesting thing. So that clone tool that I used, I tried to use it yesterday on the office block just to copy a bit of carpet because I made this office slightly bigger. I tried to copy a row of carpet out of here and put it in here. It wouldn't let me. However, if you're copying objects and flooring, it does pull the flooring with it. Bit odd. Don't know why. It's fine. It's just it seems a bit strange that it can't do floor independently, but it can do it as part of something else. What is this? Revenue? How is revenue attached to digital ad displays? So you've got a number of passengers that have engaged with it, but no revenue? How bizarre. So 6,000 passengers have engaged with it, but no revenue. Obviously nothing and nothing in here. How does it get revenue? Is it like ticket sales or something? Reload sprites. I'm guessing that's if it stops working. Just fix the glitch or something. But maybe it allows you to have different sprites on different units. I don't know. I might try and reload this one and see what happens. Nah, same stuff. Must just be if it gets stuck or something. Okay. Store is nearly up and running. Oh, do you know what? I didn't use all the space there, did I? Because that planned wall isn't actually going there. I could have had my 2 shops. What an idiot. Never mind. I keep doing silly things like this, don't I? It's all good, but we've still got good information. It still looks pretty. I don't know whether I should do something about information in the toilets. I'm loath to. It's a lot of money for, well, quite frankly, you're not going to how do I put this? You're not going to hang out in the toilets, so you're not likely to need the flight information. It's one of those things that you either need to be in there or you don't. Now, why have I got... Say I need one more staff member. But I've already got a staff member there. Why is this then? Right, let's have a look at this. So, let's zone our toilets. Male restroom. Where's male restroom? Done. Female restroom. Done. There we go. That's that sorted. Now, staff schedule. And it's retail workers that it's complaining about. So what have we got a problem with? So we've got a retail worker there, we've got those 2 tills covered there. So that's 3 workers, 4 workers, 5 with the newsstand. Why is this saying it's... Is it something to do with the way the store is set up? That, oh, the apparel stand is not actually... Oh, okay, it's a separate shop in its own right. So we're down a worker then, so that's why we're not covered on the newsstand. Okay, that now makes sense. Don't know how I missed that. I'm not doing very well on this, am I? I'm missing things that I shouldn't be missing. So, retail worker, might as well have them. There we go. And that's going to solve that problem. Now we'll get to scheduling, go back to retail worker. This is the daytime schedule, everything's covered. Nighttime schedule, they're all off, apart from these 2, which I'm now going to turn off, because we don't want people stood around doing nothing at night. Happy days. Get rid of that. Right, now, 2101. So let's kill this wall and get ready to put flooring back there. As soon as that's done, I am happy with my expansion. Come on, builders. There we are, expansion complete. Cool, they didn't mess around coming through, did they? Loads of people straight in the shop. Well, hey. Right. Get that floor down, and then we're going to put some flights in. There we go. I'm going to pause for this because we don't want to let time run away with us and make any silly mistakes. So, flight management. Now, we currently are working with Pacific Airlines, Aerotime, and Lernyville. They're the 3 airlines, and I don't want to go beyond the 3 airlines if we can avoid it, because it then starts getting complicated. And until we get onto like major expansion, three people is three airlines to work with is enough. And Lernyville have a lot of aircraft or flights available for us. So we've got 11 scheduled with them currently, and we have another, what's that, 13 available. So we might as well keep up with them, keep honouring that contract. Aerotime and Pacific haven't offered us anything more, but we will fix that in the future because we'll start negotiating with them, and they'll give us more flights. It's just much easier to manage if you keep things to sort of only a couple of airlines. So now we want to prioritise the DAQ 400, so that's the Dash 8s. They're significantly bigger than the Beaches. They carry a lot more passengers, which means more money. So we'll definitely take that AM flight, and we'll definitely take that afternoon flight. And night flights. We've got 3 Dash 8 flights. can we get 3 in? I'm not sure we can. Typically we only manage 2, but I think we can. I'm going to try that. This is why I wanted to make sure we would make money, because if I mess this up, we're going to be really unpopular. So what we have to do then is we need to make sure that the very first one is there, which is okay because that doesn't cause us any. In fact, we'd say there, and that'll put us on a good pattern of usage. So we're still not creating a situation where we'd ever have 2 planes wanting the one runway at once. 2, 3 space. Still keeping our half-hour gaps here. That one will go there. Yeah, that's going to be okay. So working forward from that. 1, 2. In fact, if I put this one more central, so it needs to overlap like that. Against, no, it needs to overlap like that, doesn't it? That's not quite right either. So something that's not quite right in the scheduling for one of these other gates, because the pattern should be the same. Unless there's a length of flight. No, all flights are the same length. So that's the same gap, and that overlaps. Oh yeah, okay, that does work. And then that would be 2 forward from that. Yeah, that's okay. It's fine. It's just me being silly. So that goes in there. Means we can only have 1 more afternoon flight. But that's okay. And we'll put this one in. Yeah, okay. That's not great because we can't. Yeah, it's just the pattern, unfortunately. We're going to get into space. We've got a bit of dead time. By putting 3 in the evening, we force ourselves into 2 in the morning and 2 in the early afternoon. But that was always going to happen at some point. If you're going to get to it where you've only got the 1 runway, you've got to leave an interval, obviously, between each plane. I use the 10-minute interval because it just stops any possible dramas, or it helps to prevent dramas. So that does mean that you're going to end up with this situation as we space things out, that you're going to have gaps that you feel like you should be able to get another aircraft in, but you just can't. So we need another morning and another afternoon. It's got to be the Beech 1900s now, but that's okay. So he's going to go in 2030 there, lines up again, that's fine, and 2030, there we go. Yep, so everything is lining up exactly as it should. And the 5th gate, when we open that, we'll put that so that the gap in between 7:30 and 8:10, this gap here is where they start from. But to be honest, I think gate 5, we'll build it, but we're not going to have aircraft to satisfy it until we start negotiating with these airlines for some more flights. But that's okay, because we were going to do the office block anyway today, weren't we? So we'll be all right. So let's run time on and check our schedule. Let's look at tomorrow. Tomorrow and gate 1. There we go. Gate 1 is in use. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 flights, which is exactly what we put in. Everything is scheduled. We're still not having huge numbers, so we should be okay. We're just about to hit midnight. and roll over into day 20. So let's see how our money looks at 6 a.m. in the morning, which is when we get our bonus, and we'll also have an idea by then as to how well our airport's handling the volumes. That delivery is still a problem. I do not like the fact it's insisting on delivering the way it does, but hey ho. That was, yeah, food deliveries, wasn't it? Right. You know what we haven't checked? Capacity. That's better. So we do have estimated spikes over the line, but we have the capacity to handle them. So bearing in mind the buses drop off and then pick up, the combined peak is drop-offs and pickups in that particular time segment requirement. So one bus is obviously doing both. So the fact that this green line is above the yellow and red lines means that we are okay in terms of getting the passengers to the airport and away from the airport. And that estimate will be based on today's flights as well. So that's good as we're into the new day. Everything's stocked up in the shop. That's good. We did get some red. Okay, it tells you yesterday's revenue based on, I guess, views. Not nearly £1,000 from that one. Won't have had much from this one. 12 quid. No, never mind. They weren't that expensive to install either, so that's nice little learner from doing absolutely nothing, which is my kind of earner. So we are a bit busier on security than normal. They're flowing through all right though. Let's bring up the old flight status. Make sure we don't have any issues with lates. It looks like everyone's gotten through. We're okay, I think. 90 minutes to go and nearly fully boarded. One passenger left. Yep, we're fine. This one, 90 minutes to go. One passenger to go. Yeah, done. Okay, we're all right. We're all right. We're still leaving. Look at this. Departing 7:11 versus 8:30. 6:48 versus 8 o'clock. 7:52 versus 9:20. Yeah, we are still operating with at least an hour's comfort blanket on each arrival and departure, by the look of it. Gate 1's off at 8:52 versus 10:10. Yeah, happy days. If anything, it's potentially baggage that's going to start becoming the problem. Half of the workforce is tied up on baggage duties. Okay, good. And we're 10 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, money, not a problem. So let's have a look at today. And today we're already well in credit. Well, we got a bonus of 41,000, which is, well, just puts us straight into credit for the day, doesn't it? Yesterday was 67,000, notwithstanding £42,000 worth of building work. So we probably would have been about 100 grand. That's good. That would be nice if we finished the day in a situation where finish off today in a place where we're making over 100 grand a day out of such a small airport. Would be really great. Let's very quickly then get this fifth gate built so it's ready for when we need it. What am I looking for? Gates. Small gate. No, we might have to tweak the taxiways a bit here. Yeah. It's got access, but I'm gonna put a taxiway block there just in case. We're gonna be building past here at some point anyway with taxiway, so we might as well do it now. get it in play. Looks a bit weird, but once we've done the land expansion, then it's it'll join up nicely and loop around. Okay, and then we can get our airport expansion going. Right, so I'm going to do the same thing here I did over there. I'm going to take the fence line down here so that we can build over this effectively, and we will go all the way to here. In fact, I'll leave that. I think we'll use that as our stop line for this expansion. Will we? Is that about the same as? Yeah, it's about the same as that one then, isn't it? Probably could do with going one more over, but no, let's make this end bigger. We'll go out to sort of here, so we will do the fence line correction, just to avoid any problems. Build that down there. I kind of prefer having the ATC behind the fence as well, to be fair. And let's link that fence line up there. And then I can just clear this out before I build over it. I wanted to tidy that up anyway. I don't like the fact that that's how do I... Now there is a way to rotate the world, I think, but I can't remember what it is. So you can sort of get behind things, but I can't remember what the button is. Doesn't really matter for now. I'll look it up at some point. Right, that fence is done. Clear. Oh, let's slow things down a bit again, shall we? Clear that out. I don't want to go too far. I don't want to accidentally clear the ATC tower. That would be really bad news, because it would instantly drop us down to be only being able to manage 10 flights, and we're doing a lot more than 10 flights now. But what are we scheduling these days? I'm not sure. Does it give me a total anyway? No, I can't be bothered to count. We'll see what it says on the Perfect Ops bonus after midnight. Right, let's get the foundation in. Foundation. Did I say we'd go all the way pretty much, didn't I? Not sure if it'll let me go that far. Yeah, it will. 207,000. Ah, see, I've done this thing now where if I do that, I won't do anything. You've got to be really careful that you don't drop it and then end up building. Let's go for the... Still feels a bit big. I always say that, and I'll run out of space, so let's just do it. We're making the monies, we can afford it. And I did promise we would get this sorted today, so that we will do. But just in fairness, we've done an awful lot in a fairly short space of time. I know it's the 5th stream, it's only day 20 of this airport being up and running. It took 4 days for the construction team just to build the base airport that we started and opened with, which was literally just gates 2, 3 and an area about that big, wasn't it? If I remember, was it about that big? With a little concourse to gate 2. I'll have to look back at the first video, can't remember now. But since then we've fairly steadily expanded. I mean, we've built some big expansions to what was a tiny little space. With that $1 million startup. Let's have a look at how we're doing against government grants now that we've started expanding. So passenger experience. What do they want for level 3? 5 stores, 2 first class lounges. Right, okay. Well, we've got 1 store and no first class lounges. That is definitely a fix it when we build upstairs job. Airline services, we know we're going to start tackling that when we expand the office block. Investments. Right, the next investment level is we have to pay out 250,000 for a potential return of 150 to 500,000 after a period of 15 days. Do you know what? When we have the money, we might give that a go, but it's not urgent, and we could lose a lot of money. So, airport efficiency. Right. This was we need to start getting speakers in, don't we? For that, we could probably do that as part of the airport expansion work. When we come and sort the office block in, we might just put a little underground space in just for that. It's just so we've got something underground, you know. We're going to be doing underground work for the baggage as well, actually, so we can put it in the baggage expansion. And then maximising profits. Hire a finance VP. Oh, do you know what? We said in our last stream we were going to fill these offices. We researched having the finance VP and the chief technology officer, and we haven't put the little beggars in. And we can afford them. We'll do that because I do not want to miss out on getting any bonuses that we should just automatically be getting. So CTO and VP Finance. Now I'm going to employ them. I don't know who's going to take the bigger office. We'll hire the CTO first and see if he claims the big office. And then we'll hire the VP Finance. See who takes what. Do they care? Is there politics? Have I actually zoned those as offices? Oh, I turned off my zoning icons. There's my zones. I haven't actually zoned them as offices. Let's zone the offices. Jesus. Right, office. Let's zone the big one first and see who grabs it. And it is unknown. Zone this one as well then. Oh, who's got it? Finance VP. I knew he would. I had a feeling. I said I was going to give it to him, didn't I, in the first place. He's a very important man. Looks after the monies. Oh, let's get our doorway in here as well. It's one of those things. The number of times I've been daft enough to open a gate up and go, it's not working, and it's because there is no door. And then the packs are wandering all over the place. It's not great when that happens. Not great at all. Just thinking, actually, I must be very, very careful if I buy this land expansion here, because the fence line then extends to there, and as soon as you buy it, that then creates an unsecured area. In fact, I'm not even sure there is a land expansion zone there. There must be. If there is, then that would be bad. And same if we go up north here. Got to build a horizontal fence line first to prevent that from happening. But it's not a problem right now, just thinking of the future. Come on, boys. Let's get this done. Let's get the desk in. No, you've got some concrete down. Will it let me build a queue on that floor at the moment? Probably not. Yeah, it will. Wow. We'll do kind of the same thing as we did last time, I think. This is a dead end now down here, isn't it? Let's just do it like this. Go like that. Give it some sort of space around the outside. Do you want to give it a little kink there? Yeah, why not? It's a nice, decent length queue compared to these boxy little queues we've got for these gates at the moment. That's quite impressive. I'll get that wall up, boys, so I can get the floor down. Do you know what? I thought we were going to go negative, but we've not. We've still got 82 grand. We must have had quite a kickback at 6 AM today. Let's have a look. We're going to have a look at this anyway, won't we? So we're now operating 29 flights today, and we got 55 grand came in at 6 AM this morning for a perfect ops day yesterday. This is all right. This is not a bad place to be. Airlines are still happy. Do you know what? Now we put in extra toilets. We've got them a kitchen in. We've got them a cafe. We've got a shop in. I'm gonna put 2 shops down here, I think, if I can. I don't think we need to worry about toilets down here, because we're going to have a toilet block attached to this for the new pickup area and baggage area that's going in here anyway. So, yeah, I think I can get a couple of shops in here. Might do a couple of specialist shops. Or do we just wait until we do the upstairs expansion and focus on this as a... Yeah, let's focus on this as... We'll put in the toilet block that will be required for arrivals, and we'll focus on the rest of it being just a departure lounge. Oh gosh, we've been on for... We've been up for an hour already. Lost track of time today. Yeah, that's alright. We'll finish this off, and then I'm not in a mad rush right now, so we're going to finish this bit off. Because I promised. Just speed them up a bit. Still no dramas? No, all good. Right. Yeah, I can get the floor in now. Okay. Slow it down. Floors. Green carpet. Do that. A little bit there as well. Oh yeah, I haven't done that on those sides, have I? How shockingly permissive me. I don't like it having these little blank spaces underneath doorways. It just doesn't look very nice. Right, that's fine. Okay. I think it actually shows us negative impact as well on the... Yeah, it does. Shows us negative impact until you fix that. Same with these doors. I can't believe it. Did I not put... Oh, man. Talk about half a job. Yeah, they've been like that all the time. Right, light blue carpet. I know I'm getting slightly distracted here, but... Pet hate. Right. That's all in. We want windows. Yeah, window, obviously. That can run. We'll run a little bit there and a little bit there, and then we're going to put in some benches. And I think I'll stagger this next lot. So we'll have 1, 2, face you that way. 1 gap. 1 gap. There we go, that looked quite nice. Right, toilets, 2, 4, 6. That space is 8 to that wall, so it's going to have to be 7, which means 2, 3. 3 and 3 again. I have this thing about ending up with proxy toilets, don't I? What is wrong with me? Okay. I really don't want this to be like that. We're gonna do two decent sized toilet blocks, I think, but we'll put access in. We do it that way. Put the it's hurting my brain now. We've got we've got a situation where we want exits to this area, which will be baggage collection and pickup. But I want the toilets to be part of that. So you know what? I'm going to have a think about that whilst we're offline. as to how that's going to work. Let's focus on getting this built and looking pretty first. So we want decorative tree. We've got one there already. So let's put them in the gaps there. One down in the corner here, one in the corner there, one at the entrance to the queue. Bins. Definitely one down by the gate. One on the end of each of these rows. And then information. Click to info display. Little one's too little, I think. And we are definitely going to have something behind here, so I think let's do it like that. No, we'll do it there and we'll have a shop immediately behind it. And flight info display. There's one there as well. One there. And one for the queue. For the people who otherwise wouldn't see it. Right, get rid of that. Are we going maximum build speed here? And are all our flights doing alright? Yes, another good day. Let's get the staff member in. Let's go back to normal stuff. There we go. And connect this to here. Connect that to there. And back into. Oh no, assign. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to unassign you. That's good. It's all linked up. And then back into staff. Right. Yeah, we need to go to staff, daytime in, nighttime off. Did sort that, didn't I? Yeah, fine. Good. Right, so apart from the building work, which, do you know what, I know it, I don't really need them, but construction work is just constantly slowing us down. What do they cost? $25 an hour. We are making enough that we can afford some builders. Let's take it up to 10. Put one more janitor in whilst we're at it as well. And that will help, I'm sure, in terms of alleviating some of these construction related delays. I'm going to tell them now to take that wall down as well. I'm definitely going to have to figure out how to rotate because I need to use this bit of extra space, I think. Just to get the size of toilet block that I want in here, and it be accessible off of this corridor, because this will become effectively our arrivals escape route, if you like, for want of a better term. I'm going to have to reconfigure that queue as well, but that's not the end of the world. We could just sort of push it this way a bit instead of that way. Right, floors, green carpet. Now the only thing that shows red on beautification should be, it's not even showing red now. Yeah, doorways are all sorted now. Perfect. Okay, and it's just about to hit 6 AM. So we'll see how much bonus we earned at 6 o'clock this morning. $58,000. Money is no longer a problem for us now, really, is it? We've just spent, I don't know, a couple of $100,000 well over a couple of $100,000 doing that expansion, and not had any problems at all. So we are in a decent place. We have no bank loans. We can't get a credit report yet. I need to do some research on that. P&L yesterday, £38,000, despite having spent out $36,000 on construction. Yeah, we're okay. Staff costs are a bit high. Having said that, I did hire those 2 executives. Yes, I did. I hired the CTO. I hired the VP of Finance. We hired a load of other staff as well. Core wages probably wouldn't have been that bad. It was about 60-ish, I reckon. What were they the day before? 56. So they're probably now over 60, but that's still not going to be a problem. We're going to have a good day. Cash flow is stable. Airport value we haven't looked at before properly. I did look at it the other day, and it was about 500,000 4 days ago in game days. So all this building work has now put it to 1.4 million, and this is something we'll consider looking at in the future, because one of the options with the game is, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, is that once you've built up your airport, if you so choose, you can sell it, take the cash, and then take that cash on and go and build a brand new airport. Given that the base game only lets you, so on the difficulty I've set medium career mode, you get $1 million to start, and that's it. If we were to sell this airport right now, next airport we'd start with would already be 1.6 million. So base money to start with. So it's worth keeping an eye on that. It might be an option for the future. We might get to a point where we go, do you know what, rather than messing around building a second terminal on this map and doing a load of land expansion, why don't we take the X number of dollars that we've got and go and build a brand new airport? But because we're not restricted with cash, we can get the base terminal design exactly the way we want, so it's not constantly bolt-ons and adjustments. It can be built exactly the way we would like it to be. So it's something to consider for the future. I think if the channel becomes successful or continues to grow and people continue to watch and people are interested, I might think about putting a vote up for that in the future, as sort of maybe the direction we go for Series 2, if you like. Okay, I'm going to call it a day now on this particular stream. Thank you very much for watching. Really appreciate you taking the time to do so. As I say, I am back doing another stream at 6:30 UK time, so that's in about, what are we now, about 5 hours time, 5.25 hours. So if you're around, please do feel free to join me live for that. As always, there are links on my Twitch page to my YouTube page, YouTube to Twitch, etc. So you should, between the two, be able to find the content without any problem. Thank you very much for joining me. I'll see you soon.